Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the merciful, the mercy-giving. Dear sisters and brothers, this is our time. Are you with me? This is our time. The world is coming closer in the global village. Let's bring hearts and minds together and closer. That is the interfaith movement. Our actions speak louder, even if the media has difficulty hearing them. Whether it is after the Asian tsunami in Banda Aceh, Indonesia, or it's on the southern tip of India, or if it in our own New Orleans after Katrina, these are the people of faith and interfaith working with each other who stand up to help people before government arrive and way after government has left. Are you with me? That is interfaith. Just last week, armed hate mongers demonstrated in 20 cities across America against the Muslim community. Guess what? Who outnumbered them? People of faith and people of love and people of interfaith. They were in larger numbers. That is interfaith. The parliament has been ahead of its time, and always it has been the case. Always inclusive, always encouraging the understanding of the other, always humanizing the other, always welcoming the other. I have attended all the parliaments. Well, maybe not the 1893 one. Not because of what you think, but because nobody tweeted about it. Now, this is the first parliament being tweeted. But remember the person who stood 123 years ago and said, "Dear sisters and brothers of America," remember him? People did not wait for his speech. They started clapping as soon as he said, "Sisters and brothers of America." At that time, there were 19 women speakers. And I heard some voices, "You are right, and stay with me." In this parliament, majority of the speakers are women speakers. Parliament mission has always been simple: to cultivate harmony among the world's religions and spiritual communities. Why? To foster their engagement with the world and its guiding institutions, to achieve a just, peaceful, and sustainable world. As we gather here in this great city of Salt Lake, we hear steps of the refugees on the beaches of Greece. 60 million of those people, much more, many more than World War II. As we gather here, we see the world is in turmoil, but I like to delete that word turmoil. The world is in a struggle. My dear sisters and brothers of interfaith, the world is in a struggle for peace and justice, and guess who leads the movement of faith and peace and justice? That's the interfaith people. Are you with me? Dear sisters and brothers of America, as we gather here today in the historic land of the indigenous people, I wonder if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. would ask us why his dreams are turning once again into nightmare. A dream in which America is not number one in packing its prisons with its poor and these strangers. Sisters and brothers, let us not turn against each other. Let us not detain our undocumented workers and children in the hurting sand of Arizona. Are you with me? We must learn the forgotten lesson about being your brother's keeper. And yes, the lesson from Muhammad, peace be upon him, who said, none of you has faith until you love for your neighbor what you love for your faith. Isn't that interfaith? Are you with me? So whether it is the white children, black children, or another godly mix of beautiful creation of God, let us all children grow up learning that diversity is as beautiful as we ourselves. Let us be better neighbors. Let us be better neighbors in this global village where 2 billion people live around $1 a day. They need bread, not bombs. Are you with me? Let us engage the world. Let us engage the media. Let us engage the guiding institution. Let us work together for a better world, a world with peace, justice, a world which is sustainable. Let us consume less and share more. Are you with me? I am with you, brothers and sisters. Let's march together. Let's work together. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for opening your heart. And thank you all the indigenous people for your love. Thank you.